やはり楽しいですね、戦いというのは。
Alright, what is going on, guys? WeBull back again, coming at you with the year-end video. I would have put this out yesterday, but you know, I only get 3 notifications out, and I really do want a notification to go out for this video. So first and foremost, I do want to wish y'all a very happy new year. I hope y'all had a great time, or a great night at the very least. I know that this last 2 years have been kind of crazy, especially with the whole pandemic and everything like that, but I really do want to just give a quick thank you, guys, to literally all you that support me, whether you're a hater, you like my content, whether you like me, or you follow my personality and all that and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. It means the world to me. These last few years have been kind of crazy. When I started my YouTube channel, this might be a long video, I apologize. When I started this YouTube channel, it was literally because I felt alone, and when I got something in the mail from Discord, they actually sent me like the little Wampus plushie, and they sent me this card, and I didn't really think anything of it until I read it. I'm like, oh, this is so cool that they, you know, that they acknowledge their Discord partners, because like KLab doesn't acknowledge their content creators. KLab doesn't, like, YouTube doesn't really acknowledge their creators that are like smaller and stuff like that. They really just acknowledge like the big ones that make them like billions of dollars, right? But this last line that they say, it's like, thank you for your hard work and dedication. We couldn't be prouder to call you our partner in helping foster a world where no one feels like an outsider. And this honestly hit home really hard to me. Now, when I started YouTube, I was depressed. For those that don't know, I did lose my father in 2015. It's been a little over 6 years now. His birthday is on the 17th of January. So when I lost him on December 8th, 2015, needless to say, it was really hard on my family as well as myself. Especially if the feeling of I could never live up to his expectations, or I can never feel like I made him proud, right? Like there's these whole emotions that circle in your head. And one of the things that the main thing that when I finally cracked, because like I feel like you need to crack after some point. It's like you need to crack to the point where you can only be built up. You break yourself down so that you can be built up stronger, right? That's why you work out until like you're like really tired. That's why you don't just do one pull-up. You do as much until you like pretty much collapse, right? So that your body can build itself back up. And what I realized was, and it took many years to realize this, and it's like my dad would not want me feeling that way. My dad, you know, is super kind. It's like probably the least hypocritical person I've ever met in my life. Like, this is the same dude that when he went to church and stuff like that, even when we watched the movie, if there was any kissing and stuff like that, he wasn't interested. He lost interest, actually. He was just like, he's like I don't need to see this lustful stuff and stuff like that. So it was really kind of an interesting dynamic, because he was very I don't want to say like super hardcore Christian, but he lived by his beliefs, and I really do how do I put it, I respect that very much. So always feeling like I can never live up to something like that, it really did kind of bring me down. So it wasn't up until quite a few years ago that I kind of like snapped out of that, and I realized it's like, dude, it's like no one want me to feel like that. And I talked to my brother, I talked to my sister, I talked to my mom, because I've always felt like an outsider. I've always felt like I couldn't really talk to them about anything. Every single time I would make a joke, it's like wow, this is too much, or this and that, you're too extra, this and that. It's like always these feelings of, it's like, you shouldn't open your mouth, you should not talk to us, or stuff like that, you shouldn't say that. And I'm just like, I always felt like a disappointment, you know what I'm saying? It was really hard until I like eventually like talked to my family, and they're like, we didn't, you know, you were feeling that way. They never meant it like that. It's just like, you know, like stuff gets taken to heart. And I'm a super emotional person, if y'all haven't witnessed any of my videos, for example. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, things do get better even after you lose like a loved one. I know that many people lost loved ones, especially these last couple years, and I just do want to say that it does get better. The pain doesn't go away, but it does get easier to manage. And I think that that's super important to recognize, especially as you grow as a human being, as you grow into an adult. Especially, I know that my audience for the most part is between the ages of 16 and 25, and those are very critical years. I don't think that I don't even think I could consider myself an adult until I was like 23, because I was so stupid in my youth. I would waste a lot of money, and so I'm still wasting a lot of money, but like I'm doing it a lot less in I'm doing it with the thought process of investing into the channel, with the thought process of investing into the the stock market, investing into my future, investing into my potential kids in the future. For those that don't know, me and Angie are actually looking into getting married in a few weeks. We're looking into closing on a house literally next week. So things are moving rapidly, and I literally have only you guys to thank for that. Literally, it's been super overwhelming. Shout out to my mom, and shout out to my boy Swig, shout out to my boy Cami. I appreciate you guys. Like, you guys mean so much to me. It's still super. I'm trying not to. Damn it! I'm trying not to cry this video. Oh my god. Super emotional. Excuse me. Yes, I just want to say thank you guys, and it really does mean the world to me, and I don't know what else to say. Needless to say, this video is not just about me. I do want to talk about the updates that we're getting on BBS, but I just want to give a quick thanks, and this is like everything in my life is literally not possible without y'all, and I really do mean that, and I acknowledge that, and I don't want to ever take that for granted. We made a lot of changes this year. I've cut off a lot of people. For personal reasons. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody, and nothing like that. That's the main reason I've been keeping my mouth shut when people ask about certain things, for the most part. Just know that there's always like reasons why. It's like, bro, if someone's not good for you, you gotta cut them out. It is what it is. You have to do it. It'll make you feel better, and I can guarantee you that. I wish when I was younger, I wish I cut out certain people in my life much sooner. But yeah, it is what it is. Either way, I do want to talk about some KLab stuff. Let's make it a little more lighthearted. First and foremost, KLab has released their first real daily what was it called? Their first BBS diaries, I think they're calling it, or something like that. You'll see here 2021. This year we saw the first release of characters from the Spirits Are Forever With You novel. We hope you enjoyed the illustrations and designs of these unique tie-in characters and had fun playing with them, if you could pull them. For our part, we were very pleased to see the positive response to these Brave Soul original versions we received from many players. I still think that they should be premium pool units. I don't think that they should be like special limited units, just because they're like, you know, they're not even canon to the story, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. In July, we also released the special artworks version of Ichigo and the 6th anniversary version of Aizen. Both characters are still seeing regular use by many players because they're broken. Finally, we released the new arena game mode, which made it possible for players from all over the world to play together in real time. That actually, I think, is really cool, that you can actually play co-op with people from other servers. Like, you can actually make a co-op lobby for arena and then have people from the Asia server, JP server join you, and I think that that's really cool. I'm hoping that they eventually open it up to regular co-op, just so that the JP players can see how bad global has it when it comes to lag. That'd be great. And yeah, as you see here, outside the game, we were proud to release the Bleach Brave Souls official artworks book, which celebrates the fantastic work put in by our character artists over the many years since Brave Souls was first released. August marked the 20th anniversary of the start of the Bleach manga. This was celebrated in a number of ways, including a special 2-part story in Shonen Jump and the opening of the Bleach X exhibition. I still don't know what the EX exhibition. I thought it was Bleach exhibition and they just put EX. All right. In Tokyo, then of course there was the long-awaited announcement of the anime adaptation that is set to be airing on October 2022. I cannot wait. That's gonna be great. Outside the game, oh wait, hold on. Oops, let me click here. We are sure you are just as excited about these developments as we are. Everyone here on the Brave Souls team will continue to do our best to keep the Bleach flame burning. 2022. We'll be starting 2022 with a bang with the release of the Safui original versions of Kenpachi as well as Unohana. Developed under close supervision from Taitsu Kubo, a lot of effort has gone into the design of these characters, so we hope you enjoy them. We plan to deliver great new characters for you every month over the coming year. The dev team is constantly monitoring feedback from players, and going forward we plan to continue implementing any changes that are needed to make the game as fun as possible. This is really important. One of our top priorities at the moment is to streamline the accessory second effect rolling process. Some players have been requesting this for quite some time. We will also continue to update the game by improving any functions that are needlessly tedious, difficult to use, or hard to understand. Continuing, however, we are fully aware that things have not all been plain sailing this past year. we have had a large number of bugs and issues where people were not able to play the game properly, and we would like to take this opportunity to apologize and once again for the delays in responding to these issues. We also know that there have been times when updates and other content did not meet player expectations due to insufficient consideration on our part, so we would like to apologize again for falling short in this regard. Going forward, as well as these dev diaries, we will also be periodically posting notices via our various social network accounts about any future updates. Now this, in my opinion, is super important because they're saying going forward, as well as these dev diaries, we will be periodically posting notices. This is super important because they have failed several times over the last like 7 years, up to 6 years that this game's been out. I look so pasty. Let me turn off this light. They have failed to really communicate with their player base. I like how I'm still pasty, right? But it is what it is. They have failed to communicate, and I really do think that they're starting to make a really good effort. They open up the Discord, we have a feedback channel, and whether or not they use the feedback channel to implement all the changes that we would actually like to see, it is nice to know that they are going out of their way to post notices and stuff like that, instead of just keeping everything so quiet. I would much rather know that they're interested in working on this and not know when it's coming out, as opposed to not know that something's ever coming out to begin with. So the fact that they're saying, okay, cool, we are going to prioritize the accessory secondary reroll, I think that that's probably the most important issue that people have in this game, especially when it comes to people quitting the game, on top of obviously quitting the game because they got cooked on their trying to pull for their favorite character. I still personally believe that BBS is probably one of the most free-to-play gacha games when it comes to how do I put it, when it comes to most content. Like, I feel like there's a lot of games where it's like, oh, you have to pull the new character every time, and even though the new character is guaranteed, if you don't pull the new character, you're kind of screwed. So it's like you kind of have to spend money to keep pulling these new characters. I'm glad that KLab isn't really necessarily like that, and I do like that they do bring back banners regularly. My only issue with them is that they haven't really released a good amount of special move sources to compensate for the sheer amount of limited units that we actually have, and I do believe that there are a lot of issues with the game. Case in point, the first 3 things that come to mind are special move sources, when most of this game is starting to become tailored towards having a character with multiple copies, collecting gifts from your gift box, which is probably one of the most tedious tasks in the entire game, not being able to replay with your friends in co-op, and I guess that's 3, but there's I mean, those are the 3 that comes to mind outside of the accessory stuff. I'm sure that there's much more to go over, but I don't really want to spend too much time. This is already a long video. Like I said, I apologize for my long introduction and stuff like that. I just really wanted to thank you guys, because I feel like I don't do enough sometimes, you know, and even though I do, in my opinion, work pretty hard when it comes to putting out content, putting out stuff like that. The mental strain of streaming and stuff like that, the reason I don't stream as much as I usually do is just because when I'm feeling really stressed out, sometimes streaming just feels way too overwhelming. And even though I do enjoy streaming, sometimes the overwhelming introvert of like part of me ends up coming out, and then I just feel like it's like, oh, okay, I could stream, but I need to do this, I need to get this done, I need to do this. And with the whole closing of the house, like, money's been tight. I've literally been eating cheesy potatoes for the last like 3 weeks, which is not healthy at all, but I mean, it's like it's the cheapest alternative for food that I can possibly think of, next to like garbage from McDonald's and Burger King, and I refuse to put that in my stomach, to be honest. Like fast food in general, unless it's like a spicy chicken from Popeyes, for example. But yeah, I mean, that's neither here nor there, but I mean, it is what it is. But anyways, like I said, I just want to thank you guys so much for this year. It's been super overwhelming, and y'all are literally like the biggest blessing I've ever had. It's quite crazy. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys for all the support that you guys give to my future wife. And it's still so crazy to say that. It's nuts. But I really do want to say thank you. Y'all have a great day. Happy New Year's. See y'all in the next one. Peace.